All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new review. And today I'm looking at The Penguin Episode 2, which premiered on Max yesterday. This episode was entitled Inside Man, and it was a very interesting episode. The actual synopsis for the episode says, Sophia works to secure her family's strength, while Oz attempts to play both the Falcones and Maronis to his advantage. And that's a perfect synopsis of this episode, because I'm going to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. But we do have Kristen Milotti back as, Sophia Falcone, and you have Clancy Brown back as Maroni, he's in prison, and Penguin is behind the scenes pulling the strings to kind of get both families to go after each other so that he can rise in power. Now, one thing I didn't like about this was the fact that Max made us wait 10 days to get the second episode. Most streaming networks will release two at the beginning and then maybe a couple of days later settle into the schedule. But no, they made us wait a whole 10 days before you get the second episode. And I think that's going to hurt viewership. I really do. I think if you keep the episodes coming and you get on that schedule, I think you're going to be better off. I really wish they would just drop them all at the same time. I'd rather be able to sit there and go through it and enjoy it. But to wait 10 days to get the second episode when there's only 8, I think that's a horrible mistake on their part. But this episode was just as enjoyable as the first. There was some action in this. Again, I'm finding this show to be even better than the Batman movie was. I think it's directed better. It's got better writing. I like the characters. And it's interesting to see just how lucky the Penguin is. There's a lot of things that happen in this episode that, were pretty tense. And everything seems to go in Oswald Cobblepot's, it goes in his way. And it's very strange to see him kind of stumble his way through all of these interesting situations. But his whole goal in this episode is to get Sophia to trust him. And you'll see what plays out during the episode to try and make that union happen. Because it definitely looks like an impossibility at the beginning, and some interesting things that happen throughout the remainder of the episode. So, again, I'm not going to give this a full rating because we don't have the whole story. I really do think a lot of the stuff that happened in the first and second episode could have been condensed down to one episode. And that's kind of my fear with this, because I know Matt Reeves said that the Penguin story was going to be told throughout the second Batman film, but because they decided to do this miniseries, that kind of changed. And my fear is that they're going to stretch it out too much to where it's just not going to be quite as engaging. And I really think that they could have sped up the story and kind of condensed the first 2 episodes into one. We'll see with the remaining 6 episodes what is going to end up happening. But we do have a nice group of characters to watch here, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do to get Penguin to where he's supposed to be, the head of the crime families there in Gotham. And we'll see if they open up the Iceberg Lounge again. So we'll see what happens here in the future. I'm in it for the long haul. I will be reviewing these episodes week to week, but I'm going to refrain from giving an actual star rating until we get to that final episode. All right, everybody, we will see you on the next review next week, because it looks like these episodes will be dropping every Sunday night. I do appreciate the support. I will be back with a formal DC update later today. We'll see you on that video.